Recently reported on some EV owners having issues with a recent cold. One viewer wanted to know if that extended to larger vehicles. Our Victor Puente has more with tonight's Good Question.
For today's Good Question, Ken asks, how is the electric school bus purchased by one of Kentucky's school districts proving its worth in this cold weather? Last year, we reported on Wolfe County getting that electric bus. I checked in with their transportation director, John Halsey. Like a lot of schools, they were out during the severe weather last week. But he told me when they started running that EV in August, they were getting around 150 miles on a charge. That dropped to around 100 miles whenever December and January rolled around. He said a lot of that has to do with using lights and heaters more while they're out on routes. But so far, that cold hasn't affected the battery performance. As for the cost, the electric bills for the bus have been averaging $432 a month. He said that's about 2 weeks of running with a diesel bus. If you have a good question, you can email goodquestion@wkyt.com. I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.